Okay, guys, how are you doing all? And welcome to the poetry reading with Fatal Friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and namaste pranam to all of you. We hope you had a wonderful week, you know. And yeah, it's a celebration going on, and in India, and so you also witness too much of rains happening around, raining around. So that's the nature of the nature. This everything we are going. We have to move ahead, negotiating with all the odds. Okay, let's begin our show and let's get started with Dr. Santosh Bakaya, one the well-known established poet, and I'm I'm very much sorry about Dr. Santosh Bakaya ma'am for not having her. I mean, like 2 sessions, I missed her. I could see, but then, by the time when I called her, that like, so Dr. Santosh Bakaya, ma'am, please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Dr. Santosh Bakaya, ma'am, please. Yes, ma'am, please go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, please go ahead.
Okay, and Prasanna, no need to apologize. Actually, I get busy after 8 o'clock or sometimes at 8:30. I have some online classes and all, so I get busy after that. But I make it a point to come here because I love interacting with all those wonderful poets. So I'm so happy to be here. And here is a poem from my old book. This is the first book of poetry that was published in the year 2016. And it is a collection of peace poems. And it is as relevant today as it was 10 years back or 9 years back. So the poem is Stay Safe. Stay safe. Maya Angelou, you knew why the caged bird sang. With clipped wings and tired feet, its notes of freedom rang. Now there are free souls dancing and howling and yelling. Now there are free souls dancing and howling and yelling in a frenzy of megalomaniac ambition, pell-melling, yelling, striving to make the world their own, striving to make the world their own, freely hurling missiles, stone after stone, on streets blood splattered, on streets blood splattered, lashing humanity bruised and battered, lashing humanity bruised and battered, in a bid, in a bid to name the world their own, in a bid to name the world their own. They hum, they hum songs of power and pelf. They hum songs of power and pelf, thinking, thinking only of self, thinking only of self. One half watches in shackled impotence. One half watches in shackled impotence as the free humans kill with impudence, as the free humans kill with impudence. On the free streets, on the free streets, on the free streets, sending a chill up our spines, littering the roads with gore, like never before, like never before. Freedom to kill, freedom to maim, freedom to frame innocence in guilt, and freedom to shove, push, and tilt humanity to the dark ages, to the dark ages, the freedom of the Stone Age savages, the freedom of the Stone Age savages. Let the bird, let the bird in the cage serenade us with its notes of peace. Let it sing of the time when peace romped fearless on moonlit beaches, when it waltzed with happy children, their faces like peaches, when humanity had not gone berserk with a senseless rage. Maya Angelou, let the caged bird sing of that serene age, of that serene age, of that peaceful age. Caged bird, please stay safe in your cage. Outside, outside, insane humanity is on rampage. Outside, insane humanity is on rampage. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening.
Outside, insane humanity is on rampage. Please stay safe. Brilliant call.
Thank
Brilliant.
you. Thank you so much.
Very powerful rendition. Please give a round of applause for your friends. If anybody would like to react, you could just go ahead out. And
A powerful, impactful poem, you know.
Thank
Mankind
you.
in a mad ravage and screeched, yelled aloud against it, you know. Sometimes, you know, the coziness of the cage matters because if you tread outside, it's like hell. How well you put it. And you're entering also, you know.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Honored. I'm really honored by your words. Thank you.
thank you, ma'am. We are honored by your, presence. Please give a round of applause and please welcome Dr. Uh, uh, Devendra KC.
Is it? Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, readable. So I have a small poem about young generation. Tired waiting since long for a day of sunshine. Decades passed but could not get governments of fertile mind. Full of corruption, immersed in nepotism and favoritism, brought darkness of future, scarcity of daily needs to the peoples and job opportunities for the youngsters, impunity to those who are involved to make mother nation pain when found they were living of luxury life, still putting huge properties hidden, lying innocent citizens for the day of sunshine to their lives and mother nation. It became the very fruitful game for them and their nears and dears only by election. Fake commitments with the citizens of good governance for the good governance and corruption-less administration. National development became a dream of people of very honest and brave ancestors nation. Even the government banned the social media, which became the essential part of life for the present generations. Young blood requested with the government for corruption-less administration and reopening the social media soon. Oh my God! Instead of listening their very right demands, government opened the fire and killed innocent students like Moon. The painful action against the rights of students resulted to the huge revolution the next day, and the very corrupt administrations surrendered within 24 hours, dissolving the parliament without any hopes of re treating their own offsprings of hope for the nation like enemies. The result was very unexpected for them, but was a real need of people suffering since decades and waiting for remedies. May the sacrifice of the young generation brings a day of sunshine in a near future. Mother Nepal will be a developed nation by the modern technologies and tutor. May Goddess Durga bring peace, prosperity, and day of sunshine in this beautiful nation. We are really proud of our young boys and girls. They showed power of young generation. We are really proud of our young boys and girls. They showed power of young generation. Jai Mata Nepal. Thank you.
Really, it is a concerning matter, sir. So it has to be brave. You should be given, kind of confidence by the authorities or maybe nation. So we could all pray for peace and subsiding the matters, in a most cordial manner or conducive manner, if you like.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for calling out. And please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Dr. Mr. Devendra KC with his poem. Please welcome Mr. Richard Spisak.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here with you all. I'm going to share screen and let you read along with me. This is a little poem in honor of a wonderful poet who wrote a poem about a trip on a train to go see a fair. I just recently have done some flying. I flew across the U.S. and I'm now up in the northwest corner. So I call this Fun at el Aeropuerto, fun at the airport. Oh, if you'd like to see 10,000 happy hopping types of humanity, soldiers and sailors and pretty young misses, babies, daddies, mommies, all duded up in finery laid out, standing in line with styrofoam cups, strollers and wagons and people with bikes, wheelchairs racing right up to security checkpoints, yikes. Corporate executives traveling with secretaries, not wives, honeymooners on their merry way to start their lives, college students, corporate drones, students all moon-eyed and yearning for home, kids who are chasing kids that are chased, pretzel eaters by lunch counters all lined up saying grace, Amish mothers in bonnets, ingenues in faux leopard fur, students telling tall tales of sports victories, elders reminding us of things that were, tall cowboys in 10-gallon hats, elderly blue-haired ladies carrying cute little plastic Barbie cages full of award-winning, otherwise wayward tabby cats. Sports teams just off the field, medicos on parade, holding up tiny blue crosses and itsy-bitsy blue shields. A team so dedicated insurance conglomerates couldn't keep them off the field. Even if their cheese is grated, they'll never yield. Ski enthusiasts, scuba divers, high-altitude climbers, retired prospectors, not a touched luggage, we are told, beware of neglectors, and a bowling team on a tear trying out massage recliners on a beautiful dare. Military men on special maneuvers, businessmen intent staring into laptop computers, people lined up row on row ready to load an airplane. They've all got somewhere to go. And the janitor gentleman leaning on his mop, he's an hour to go, but he's more than ready to stop. Teenagers in hoodies pouring their entire lives into their phones, and a couple of very unimpressed 4-year-olds staring out the window wishing they were home. Thank you so much.
Very apt reading, sir. Very apt reading. I would say that was not you're not smiling is not like your usual self witness. You usually witness usually, but then you really, I mean, Molly Joseph ma'am would like to say something like that.
So picturesque, Richard. Rick, it was like, you were jostling against a live picture, live scene with faces, voices. I'm just after a long travel. So I could just feel it, the faces, the voices, their expressions. So well etched. Great
Thank you
experience.
so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. It was really profound and very serious kind, your persona as well. So please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Dr. Sheshni. Dr. Sheshni.
Thank you, Prasanna. Vanakkam, namaste, namaskaram, kimcho, to all dear poets, and thank you again for this wonderful meeting and Shubh Navaratri celebrations for everyone. It's also good to be on and to see all the familiar faces, Dr. Deena, Lantern, Prasanna, Richard, Devendra, Molly, and the others. So Swarna, yeah. So, and welcome to the other new poets. So my poem is on the Navaratri. I did a Navaratri poem the last time. So today it's on the Saraswati Puja. So I'll read that out. So Saraswati Puja, 9 days of Navaratri. We celebrate you with joy, devotion, and we worship. We bow to Saraswati, goddess of knowledge, wisdom, and truth. In temples bright with flowers and bells, her photo shines serene and divine, draped in a pure white sari. She blesses us with grace unending. We light lamps, we offer sweets. O Saraswati, bless us with learning and clarity. We place our books, our musical instruments, veena, flute, and drums, hoping to receive your blessings. Guide our children in studies and in song. Fill our homes with harmony, our hearts with purity. Bless our words with sweetness, our thoughts with wisdom, our paths with light. Thank you, Saraswati. Happy Navratri, honoring Durga, Lakshmi, and Saraswati. Om Yam Saraswatya Namaha. Thank you. Dandyavad. Thank you, everyone. Nandri.
How beautiful, ma'am. How beautiful. May the Lord shower blessings on you and everyone across the world, and may the peace shines and the knowledge thrives. And may the knowledge gives the a human being, able to judge what is right and what is wrong. Of course, they have this in the brains, but then yeah. Thank you. Wish your prayer will be fulfilled. Thank you, Dr. Sheshni. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Emmanuel. Where is Emmanuel? Emmanuel. 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 Maybe he is struggling with his Swarna. Let's go to Swarna. Hi, Swarna. How are you doing? Happy Navratri.
Thank you. Happy Navratri to everybody. I just wanted to say I have two poems today. And the first one is inspired by when I was growing up. I used to do Indian classical dance. And there I was praying to the gods and dancing for the gods. And I thought about how last year I wrote this poem. I thought about how primal it is to dance for gods and how deep it goes into the human consciousness. And I just wrote a poem on that. So this is the first one. I have two today. This is called The Golden Fire of Hope. Dance up a terrible storm that even the heavens can't ignore, oh wondrous one. No one can stop those little arms and legs of yours. Upon your feet we wish every night, waiting for a miracle so true, the hope of the village burning bright from the light inside you. Shore eludes our hearts, no matter where we look. What is an anchor that doesn't support us when we are falling? Need is just another prayer that wilts like a dead flower without the divine spark. Have some water, little one. You need to build that power. You've been dancing for the gods like an unstoppable force to bring us heavenly rains for our ancestral crops. Care not for the silence that follows your steps, for the hope inside you burns bright from the light of golden fire. Wind rustles the leaves of the oak tree as though tickling it playfully. Or maybe it's the breath of the Lord as He promises to give us back our sanity. Water's all we ask for in this land, and water's all we dream of in this desert sand. Roar with fury at Him, my sweet, so that He might finally open His blessed eyes of beauty and weep for our pain, and we will drink with joy and gratitude His tears of rain. That was my first one. Thank you so much, everyone. And then I have a next one. It's called Newest Couple on the Block, and it's about self-love. Newest couple on the block, me and myself. The intimacy of deep, vulnerable self-love makes me blush. I want to know myself the way a tree knows its breeze. I want to use exquisite words to explain something simple, but my heart says it is more satisfying to use simple words to describe something exquisite. My heart is the all-time champion, but my mind is the underdog that throws punches anyway. So I haunt the corridors of poetry, waiting for lightning to strike me. Poetry is bearing your naked soul in public and hoping nobody considers it an act of vulgarity. We pretend enthusiastically that we have it all together. Is it a virtue to hold it all in? I just want to live my truth, however it looks, as long as it feels good to me. Dream your dreams as big as you can, my heart declares. Otherwise, you're just negotiating with the universe. But beware, where are you right now? I am inside me. Where do you want to go? I want to go to the moon. Why? That's where it's most beautiful. Isn't it beautiful inside you? I never realized that before. Why not? Because I've been trying so desperately to reach the moon, I forgot about the sun inside me. Love shatters the illusion of distance between lovers. And that's the end
You're
of that.
inside you, and yes, what's the point of hand care? That doesn't support and have some water. And you get to read, and you just simply read and beside, you just get lost in your words. Brilliant rendition. Please
Thank you
give a
so
round
much,
of applause,
Prasanna.
ma'am. Swarna. Seriously, like Devendra sir said, is a youngish, young boy, serious young poet, bright poet. Devendra sir. Yes, exactly. Thank
Thank
you,
you so
Swarna.
much.
Thanks for coming and keep writing and keep inspiring us. Please welcome Emmanuel. Emmanuel, please unmute your mic. Emmanuel. Emmanuel or Nestor. Emmanuel. Promise. It's not Alexandra Psaropoulou is next. Alexandra, how are you doing? Please.
I was swimming in the summer. And Molly came here and she didn't even have any time to visit because her schedule was so full. So it's like she didn't even have one free day.
Yeah. But that they packed it, these package people.
Package tour, yeah.
But I'm happy
Okay.
to be in touch with you, Alexandra. I can see you now.
Okay.
Hey, yo, you the beautiful people there in Greece. Great.
I'll read the other half. I read the second half of 21. Sorry, 20. In synthesis with this pedagogy, I rectify pseudo-orthopraxis within limits, malpraxis without limits. Where nowhere is pansophic, where we can only progress, rectifying golden ratios, stochastic excellencies, in synthesis with this pedagogy. Poetry and ideals, vision relaying, synergistic liturgies, composing new epopes, inspiriting Icarian wings, ascending above terror and silence. Following photometabolizing, self-luminous selfosophy, available to all, regardless of each vocation. Generation exploding through hermetic labyrinths, unraveling the umbilical cords of the metamythical. Each of us transmitters, intuitively leading the way into the superior euphoria of the metanoetic. Metamystical mania, genius flaming masterstrokes, racing through our meninges, rectifying. One more golden ratio, one more stochastic excellence. Apace with this magnetic force, I metamorphose, simulated prophets frontwards, exoduses in due course. Where nowhere is panholy, where we can only perjure. Metamorphosing anthropocentric transtheisms, homocentric orbits apace with this magnetic force, rippling from the monad to the decad, spreading an electromagnetic accumulation of fluxing exorcists, trailblazing through chaos as each oracular breath encircles each humble endeavor as Pegasus turquoises without limits, escaping iron determinism, expanding into new cosmo-idols, ennobling our free spirits until our anastasis. Cognizable and enigmatic dynamics, one huge momentum crushing one legacy, casting a new one. Hyperpuron heliolatric decalogues, chiseling messianistic Nike, metamorphosing. One more anthropocentric transtheism, one more homocentric orbit. Parallel to this antichthon we break through, immortal humans out of reach, mortal gods arm in arm, where no one is Isotheos, where we can only attempt hero flights. Breakthroughing boundless Ariston, epinicion logos, parallel to this antichthon.
Again, the imagery that strikes always, we have this amazing foreign words to look up in dictionary always. Alexander, thanks for coming and thank you for sharing your work, beautiful work that you put in this imagery as well, graphic things.
And
Thanks
leave
for
one
coming.
day free when you're coming to Greece.
Of course. We are looking forward to, receiving you in India. Okay, when you come. Your daughter is studying here.
Sorry, I just want to say thank you so much, Alexandra. That was just brilliant. Every time you come on, we know we're going to be getting, excited and stimulated, and when we look at the words you use, I mean, they're words very often that we've never heard of before, but they're poetry. There's a music to the way you use your words. And the one thing I always think of when I see Alexandra among the poets is that someday, somehow, I must get hold of your book of poetry and savor it, because that's the only way. When you say it, you want to hold each line close to you and not let it go. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Deena. I will send you the book in PDF.
Thank you very much. You have my email address.
Available on Amazon, right, Alexandra? Available on Amazon.
Yeah, poor Rick sat 3 hours helping me with my website.
Thanks, Richard. We poets have to live.
If you need
have
any
to work together.
WordPress
Absolutely.
lessons, go to Rick.
Please give a round of applause to Alexandra. Yes, many foreign words that she uses. Please welcome Dr. Molly Joseph.
I was very encouraged because, after Alexandra, I really, really wanted to read it because this is a poem that I wrote while I was in her place, Greece. And then I used to wonder what makes this magnificent lady so aesthetically so high, ecstatic, lifting our souls up. No wonder it is there in the very air, the very landscape, the very milieu of Greece. No, it was a kind of a world that, I have visited more than 26 countries. But this world of hers, that Greece, with its pristine simplicity, I mean, the intimacy with nature, and how they keep history as a sacred heritage. Every single thing appealed to me and evoked the kind of, what I would say, the spiritual within me. I could write. Alexandra, the most memorable part was when I was taking the cruise to Heraclean Islands. Early morn I woke up, stood on the deck, and watched the dawn while it was getting born in the east. And the thoughts that came to me, celestial moments. I wanted to grab it. I made it a video and it's going viral. So here are the lines. Wake up, my world. There proceeds my cruise over Mediterranean waters, smelling the Hellenic towards shores of Heraclean. My ship cleaves out chasms in the ocean deep as it steers its way cruising. Wonder how deep she calls out its imprints on the bosom of Mother Earth that pulsates for all. How the flora, fauna beneath shudder at the enormous shake on its otherwise complacent play in the underworld scot-free. Those entrails of oceanic depths, are they clean? Their habitat hassle-free or enmeshed with deposits of rash inorganic waste? Oh, Mother Ocean, you the fountainhead of our origin on earth, I bow before you in all reverence. My vessel proceeds, pierces the sheaths of the dark in search of resplendence that gets born at horizon's east with the baby cry of the newborn. The night, the feeble, labor-torn mother, growing closer to streaks of dawn, the child with promise. Yes, yonder islands glimmer their greetings. Wake up, my world, my spirits. How those encrustations sedimented on Mother Ocean's lap invite those islands of solace, far, far from the maddening mundane. Waves, lash on me, wash me, baptize me with energy anew to grab a new world, born fresh and raw with wonders divine. Thank you, dear. Thank you so much.
How beautiful, ma'am. How beautiful. Beautiful narration, beautiful description. I must say that. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Dr. Molly Joseph. She's a globetrotter. I would say that. You know, every 2 months she goes home. So that was so last maybe last month or before 2 months back maybe she was in Greece with Alexandra. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Such a picturesque description. Please give a round of applause. Please welcome Emmanuel. Emmanuel, please turn on your mic.
Hello,
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm Emmanuel Chimete from Nigeria, an experimental poet, and my works, my anthology is newly published, titled Echoes of a Fading Star. So right now, I'm here to read 3 poems. Right now, the first is The Homeless Page. My tears drew something like 3 African testicles. Her voice flowed down like the beards of Aaron's head. I milked my esophagus to turn temper tight, my legs back and front like a piercing bulldog flames. I kicked my bed like the forever of someday, someday, every day like somewhere. Anything is nothing in the homeless page of life. Somehow, where we go shall, where can some bear go? The second is hair of ashes. Hair of ashes. If I draft prayers like an incarnate tribulation, how can figs turn to breeze from this altar? If I spray perfumes to the Lord of millennium, how can ears sleep from stories of colloquium? I am the ways my forefathers speak. I am the path my daughters walk. I am the sleepers singing from heaven. I am the sailor from my mother's thumbprint. If I draft prayers for incarnate tribulation, how can figs turn to breeze from this altar? The third poem is half of a whole, half of a whole. He seems to drink the gall of bitterness like a whole into half. It's the point of size, where price is a phrase. He wears his rain with lapping reins like rain. He rang like wax of sagging swags. He seems to drink the gall of bitterness like a hole into half. He is the hero of zeros into pillows. Thank you so much. I'm done. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful, Emmanuel. Thanks for coming and thank you for your work. Beautiful poetic poetry, and congratulations on your new book, anthology. If you could show it, if you could show it, show the book, it would be great, so that the people would. Yeah, he's gone. Gone.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Very soon the book will be on Amazon. Yeah, it's almost done. Echoes of a Fading Star. He's talking about loss of self-identity and some other things. So I make use of experimental style. It's an experimental style of poetry, and it's an interesting piece.
thank you,
Yeah.
Emmanuel. Thank you. And please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Dr. Uh, Deena Padayachee. Dr. Deena
Thank you
Padayachee.
so much. Thank you so much. It's always a great pleasure to be here on the Sunday afternoon. For us, it's afternoon in Durban, South Africa, and to see all the familiar faces and the new faces, and especially Dr. Seshni, who keeps me alive, with messages in between meetings. And I send her too many, I think, considering she's got a family. Okay. My poem is called If I. I wrote it originally in 2007, and I honestly still am completely confused how people are prepared to commit suicide and throw away their lives in wars, because it just serves the purposes of those leaders who themselves are shielded from those wars most of the time. Um, so. I grew up in a country with celebrated empires, celebrated killings, celebrated murders, and still celebrates it in movies and all kind of violence. And, there's something infantile about it. And hopefully the world will grow up. Okay. If I hated the wise Germans, I would make the invasion and devastation of Russia seem like a crusade for them. Make them want to send their soldiers to freeze and perish in the snows of Moscow and Stalingrad. If I hated the dancing Russians, I would entice their offspring into the desolate mountains of Afghanistan, into the fields of the Ukraine, to be ambushed and slaughtered for no rational reason. If I hated the sentient French, I would make them feel that they had to possess Algeria, Vietnam, and countries across the planet, make them desire that the future of their nation has to perish in the heat and the dust of the Sahara and the jungles of Vietnam. If I hated the imperial Italians, I would advise them to send their armies to steal from poor people in Libya, to suffer and die in the hills of Ethiopia. If I hated the samurai Japanese, I would tempt them into invading China, I would provoke them into bombing Pearl Harbor. If I hated the cowboys of America, I would trick them into thinking that the jungles of Vietnam needed their warriors' blood. If I hated the colonizing Anglo-Americans, I would lure their soldiery into becoming targets in Iraq and Afghanistan. But if I loved them, I would help them to find better leaders. Thank you.
It's so nice. In fact, that's a prayer kind, I would say that, Dr. Deena. We always have this feeling and concern for the nation, the people, and humanity in general. I would say that. Specifically, your poems talk about that. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends, and thank you for, choosing this platform to showcase it, please, and to spread your voice. We love it. We love it. Dr. Deena Padayachee, please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Lantern Carrier. Lantern
Thank
Carrier.
you. Right, let's bring it up. I was almost tempted to do a justice piece, but I'll stick to what I planned. You, whose love triggered 100 wonders in my soul and sung 10,000 ballads in my heart. You, a bouquet of 1,000,000 roses flooding my core with a river of joy. Come. You, who made my eyes gaze at the color of words, dance with your diction and command of elocution. Come. Your light glows in the hue of moonlight, permeating the shooting stars of heaven. You, an empress tipped with berries in a river of wine, holding dialogue in the palace of Nefertiti to address the grandeur of beauty nonpareil. Come, stand with purpose as the queen that you are par excellence. I see you, cheeks and lips tasting the sublimity of charisma, face aligned in radiance to the synergy of the sun, words sweetly intoxicated by the grapes of Tuscany, scripting the resonance of symphonies in each beating pulse. You, who kissed his golden temple at dawn, a light zephyr, a dew, a flake of snow in the morning sunrise. Come, you, that sweet aroma of jasmines, this healing solace of the moon which draws me inwards to your tapestry of splendor. Come, I ask why you care. The stars never say to the night, you owe me. Neither does the orchids seek recompense for their love. The Tao follows its natural order, painting the rainbow with a pageantry of shades. It is enough that you weave the artistry of the artist. It is enough that I immortalize your elegance with a deserving brush and easel blessed. Love, the supreme artist, is ever alert, constantly proclaiming the victory of its name. You carved your sweetness on the fire in my essence, erasing the nights in the agony of my longing. Your sweet gaze and bewildering splendor tug fiercely at the dragon in my soul. Lost in my amnesia, I encounter the haziness of dreams, your cute gentleness, churning my core into sugarcane juice. Aye, what a banquet in this garden of delight. Sweet tenderness. In this hallucinatory state, you are my oasis with the hot desert around me. But your breath quells the heat, my love. Your dance a wondrous melody. I see you, walking on the lap of moonlight, riding on the crest of tomorrows, pulling at the carousel of the sun. You take me to the wakefulness of another virgin dawn. You're in the beauty of dunya, in the fire of Jahannam, the light of Jannah, in the pillars of Hades. Your sweet cheeks adorn the sacred drops of my river of joy-filled tears, beautify the agonies in the emptiness of my abyss. You, my sweetest enchantment, soaked in the majesty of the alchemist supreme. Come. Lantern Carrier, thank you.
That's Acharya, as always, my dear friends, with enlightening words, enlightening spell of words.
Thank you, my brother.
Such a treasure of, knowledge. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please
Sorry, I
welcome.
just want to say something.
Yeah.
Week after week, I hear Lantern Carrier, and I think to myself, God, this guy is so gifted, and you're able to also remember the lines. And then in the chat, you mention these lines, and I sit there and I think, God, he's so blessed, and we are so blessed because he's nurtured his talent, and like Alexandra, he used magnificent words, that we can all learn from. So thank you, Lantern Carrier.
Thank
Really,
you. Thank you.
ever since you illuminated our poetry readings, it's been wonderful to hear you and savor the words that you utter, and think about the magnificent mind from which everything emanates. Thank you so much.
Exactly,
Dr.
sir.
Deena,
I second your.
thank you. I pay homage to you. You're an elder of the group in so many ways, medically educated and philosophically wise, and I thank you.
Wonderful, sir. I second your whatever you said, sir.
Thank you.
Please give a round of applause, my dear friend. Sebong Promise. Sebong Promise has joined us for the first time. I believe he has something to read. So, Sebong Promise, please welcome.
Okay, good day, everyone. It's actually in Sebong, but don't worry if you can't pronounce it. I will be presenting some of my work. I'm not really a poet. I'm a poet, but I'm not. I do it as an hobby. I write. So I'll just be writing something I wrote sometimes last year. I'll be reading I Am Unstoppable. In this vast land, there lies a stadium, one full of competitors trying to get to the podium. Yet along the race, some cannot keep their pace because down they keep their face and are tangled like the lace. And so each competitor runs, they keep their eyes fixated and so much energy activated because of its strength accumulated. Many others stop to catch some fun, while others stop to get some buns, and some others say they cannot run because the race is too long to be won. And yet some others persist because they insist and do not desist, for they can resist. They move so swiftly, leaving a mark so mightily, running so doggedly and so consistently, diligently, unwavered, uncovered, yet so perseveringly, readily to consciously acquire rewardingly. And yet through the shivers rises the head of one who does not quaver, for he has the liver. With so many trials, he does not succumb to the fire from the ones with no desire, who cannot aspire and perspire. He runs with a speed so magnificent. He runs with a speed so magnificent from the one so proficient, because he's so dependent on the one who is more than ancient. He fires with a desire, aspire yet perspire, to acquire all that he requires. He's the one with a thirst so unquenching, with a vision worth achieving. He does not falter because he's like the eagle with a feather who can conquer. And so he runs, not stopping because he's achieving, seeing every trial a milestone worth creating. He's me and I am he, not bound by the limits set by society. His focus never having to lose cost. He has come too far to stay by the bar now, and so he runs with a thirst so unquenching, never stopping even beyond the podium. He says the big blue sky is not my limit, but the big blue sky is my starting point. And so that E is me because I am E. I am unstoppable. I am an unstoppable champion. So I wrote that sometime last year. I'm actually in Nigeria.
You're just unstoppable, my dear. Promise, wonderful. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Promise with his promising lines. Please welcome Miss. Yes, she is after a long gap has joined us. Please welcome Miss Tasneem Hussain.
Thank you, Prasanna. Thank you. Well, possibly most of you don't know me. Greetings from Bangladesh. I'm Tasneem Hossain. Well, I would like to thank Prasanna for organizing this event every day. I mean, regularly. Unfortunately, I can't attend each time. This is the second time I'm attending. So today I'm going to recite 2 poems. Let me start with the first one. The first one is The Raging Bull. Stop. Don't stop the raging bull. Catch hold of it by its horns. Let it race as fast as it can. Stopping it, you won't get a chance. Let it fly faster than the whistling wind. Turn its horns towards where you aim to be. Let it speed with the torpedoing waves. Dance on the bubbles, riding its gait. Let it charge through mountains, breaking barriers of caves. Sprint on its back. Collect the diamonds out on your way. Let it gallop through the high forest trees. Bound and leap on the trees higher than it can reach. Glide on its back. Never let your hold go weak until it reaches the last door you are meant to be. Time, the ever-running warrior, flies so fast. Guide your hold on the raging bull's horns. Lead your own life till the last. Thank you. That was the first one about time. The second one is The Sea of Love. My heart is the shimmering waves of the sea, dances its way through life, keeps bursting at the seams with emotions unknown, sometimes in fury, sometimes with love profound, flows with sadness, flows in agony, knowing no reason at all. A numbing pain clutches the heart. Sprinkling silvery stars scatter and surround. A canopy of crystals covers the crown, splashing, spreading through the sky, embraces the sea waves in grief. Breathing becomes impossible. Strange sensations hide beneath the curves and high tides, flashing its depth of pure ecstasy. Is it love or pure fantasy? The heart cannot perceive, and it drowns beneath the gallant waves in the darkest depths of the sea. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Excellent imagery, ma'am. Live the life till the end, and please, what a beautiful reading. And thank you for coming after a long and long gap. It's been like 2 years, maybe. Please give a round of applause, my dear friend. That was Tasneem Hossain, a very well-established poet and author and a professor.
Thank you.
Wonderful work. Wonderful work. Thank you, ma'am. Please give a round of applause.
Thank
Please
you. Thank you.
welcome Maria.
Good evening, everyone. Happy to be with you all. Thank you, Prasanna. I'm honored being here once more. I have a poem in English and another one in Portuguese. The title of my poem in English is Kiss. And it goes like this. Kiss. I had a dream, and it became true when I met you. Both of us true keys and quotidian moments to share. You taught me ride a bicycle, silly, you may all think about. Your field of expertise is biking on weekends. I totally agree with you. Cycling in the park is a great pleasure for me. Bosque sport and the rustling of leaves if a soft breeze blow. Refreshing the air is. Our chit-chat on the veranda under the moonlight a serenade you used to finger. Neighbors always come and joining with us. Country music we all used to drum from the guitars, yet play and sing top hits. What a wonderful time we used to have. I dare to say I wrote you a melody. Friendship is valuable. You are the one who makes my day cheerful. Thank you for being my friend. Well, this was the first one. And the next one is in my mother tongue. And it's called Friend. It's about friends also, but it's in another version, in a different way, okay? But the meaning is almost similar. What I mean is love between friends. The title of the poem is Amigo. Amigo, tu és e sempre serás. Posso ler isso no teu olhar. Sei que jamais me negarás um ombro amigo para repousar. Um amigo não é fácil encontrar. Quando a amizade acontecer, não a deixe escapar. Apenas regue a semente, deixe-a crescer. Alguns amigos vão ficar por um tempo, outros vão logo embora. Os que são puros no sentimento, nem a distância bota fora. Amigo, hoje sinto saudade de tuas doces palavras. Quiseste voar para a liberdade, mas não te esqueças daqueles que abraçaste. And that's all for today. Thank you very much for listening to me. A kiss on your hearts. Thank you.
Amigos, amigos, amigos. Beautiful. Amigo, my friend. That was Maria with her Amigos poem. Thank you, my dear friends, and thank you, Maria. Thank you for reading out in Portuguese. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. I have a small poem to share that is shared, by Dr. Roopali Sircar Gaur. She couldn't join today. And the can of flowers. An astonished stop at a wayside pool of slush and mud to stare at the colorful red can of flowers. So much beauty in so much filth. Ankle deep slime led me to the plants as I pulled some out from the roots. A few curious urchins offered to jump in. I was happy. The red can was now standing rows with yellow ones and red ones, streaked in yellow. Butterflies sip and skip all the day, changing their colors. 2 decades and more have gone by, and the canals are still here. That was by Dr. Roopali Sircar Gaur, the canal lovers. Yes, please welcome Miss Shilpi Chowdhury has just joined. We are about to wind up, and at the very moment gone. So please welcome Shilpi.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And my apologies for being too much late.
No.
All are doing, but I'm glad to be here finally. Thank you.
Go ahead, ma'am. Please read your poem. Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead. Read your poem.
Are you asking me?
Yes. Please read your poem.
Okay. Thank you. I think any other poet is reading. Okay. Maybe I read it. I don't know. I can't recall. I am reading again. because I am not prepared too much today. Okay. And thank you, everyone. Good evening. Greetings from Bangladesh. Experience of Hell, called the poem called Experience of Hell. It was about my childhood experience. Okay, I think maybe every poet and everyone have this type of experience. Okay, I'm reading now. It was killing me up. I was terribly, I was trembling, shaking from my childhood. I was suffering terribly. My night was sleepless. The unnatural mystery suffocating me consciously, subconsciously, and unconsciously. I rushed to kill myself. I rushed to pray intensely. I used to strive day by day. I used to put myself in prayer. Nevertheless, I was seriously ill, unable to get up, talk, or eat. I had no one to share those. Even no meds could heal me. Only I used to read and read. I was interested in psychology. Only counseling made me free. I knew all those ghosts, spirits, and unnatural collapsed my brain. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent.
And would I read another one?
Yes, yes, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Thank you. And this poem is called Hallucination. It was my dream. What I see in my dream, it was exactly this. Okay, I'm reading it. Hallucination. A sharp light picked me into its depth. I was half slept. Squinting my eyes, I was waving like clouds. Sometimes keen light waved my heart. No fear, no anger. A cool, slow tide took me deeper, dark, and more dark, made me sleep. But I was watching with peep. I heard every sound known to me. Every voice was like mine. A little break made me relief. The drains were full of blocked. The brains were locked. Get back into the darkness, and a burning flash hurt my eyes, hurt into the cool heart, poured all over and everything. They all were saying the same things. The equilatered well and whose, equally laughing, gossiping, and shopping. They were crying for the losing nearest her. I awaked and see all beside me, each and every one full of light. My mother, I saw her several times, my father all the time, my brother and sisters. My friends are here and there around me, into my heart and brain. My sweetheart always into my vein, waiting everywhere with a cup of life. I was passing through again. Many people staring at me with the red sign. I was only observing someone maybe many times, many men, but all hearts remain the same, only changing the mask again. I was walking into sleep, into the dark, keen ray, with the half-opened eyes, but mindfully. I'm going into the flesh, walking into the thin, keen blood, bleeding my feet into the deep, dropping rain on the green, all those hallucinations in my brain. Thank you. Thank you for the floor.
Excellent,
Thank
excellent,
you
ma'am.
for listening
Excellent.
to me. Thank you,
Very,
everyone. Listen to me.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you for joining, and thank you, Tasneem, ma'am, and thank you, Dr. Seshni, and Swarna, keep smiling. I have a small lines for you, and I'll finish it this evening. A wide smile. Sorry. A wide smile. She put to please. Beguiling muse. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, my dear friends.
Wow. Amazing. Very nice. Very sweet one. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear friends. Thank you, sure. Bye bye.
Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.
Good night, everyone. Love you all.
Love you all.
Thank